Okay, so hope you're all having a good day. The book I'm doing today, the review of the book is Every Life is a Plan of God by J. Oswald Sanders. And the title itself is very, very true. Your life is a plan of God. What is it? Jeremiah 29:11. It says, I have plans for you, plans for good, not for evil. I mean, that's so true. But of course, we have free will. So we have to choose the good over the evil. Which for a lot of us, not always easy. All right. So the first key point from this book is he mentions Matthew 10:29 that says that God even knows when a sparrow falls to the ground. And if that's true, then how much more important are you than a sparrow? Sometimes you feel like nobody cares. God cares. True Christians care. Don't ever forget that. The next point that I learned from this book is that God has a plan for us, but because of our free will, we can often follow a plan, we can follow a path that is far from God's plan for us. So we got to pray every day to stay on the plan that God wants us to stay on. Next, maybe God sometimes puts small obstacles in our path so we can learn ways to be stronger and ways to grow closer to Him. For most of us, including me, a lot of times when we're having tough times, we draw even closer to God. Thinking every time you're in a difficult situation, you can either draw closer to God or farther away from God. If you draw closer to God in every tough situation, then your faith is going to grow and grow and grow. He also says that we should reflect and meditate on Psalms 25, 32, and 48. And also meditate a lot on Isaiah 58. Those all tell us about how God guides us. Next, he says that God can give us guidance by the words of holy people around us. I think a lot of times God does speak to us by holy people in our lives. And you just have to keep your spiritual eyes and ears open to realize that, really. He says God guides us as we meditate on Bible passages. You know, Lectio Divina and just meditating on things and how you would react in certain situations in the Bible. And put yourself there and try to imagine the situation and just meditate on that Bible passage, and that will definitely give you direction. Oswald next says that you should ask yourself these 7 things if you're considering something important. First of all, will it bring God glory? If it's not going to bring God glory, then why are you even considering it? Next, is it beneficial for you? If it's going to cause you conflict, if it's going to cause you to falter in your life and in your faith, is it worth it? Next, will it tend to enslave someone else? Will it harm someone else? If it will, then do you really think that's the right thing to do? Next, he says you should ask yourself, will it strengthen or weaken me when I face temptation? I mean, let's face it, we're going to face temptation every day. And if this decision is going to weaken me as I face temptation, then are you sure that's the right choice? He says that if you're in doubt about something, wait about it, pray, look for more guidance. Don't just jump into it right away. Pray, wait, look for more guidance. If God really wants you to do it, He'll give you more guidance. Next, Oswald says, be prepared for Satan to attack you if you're making spiritual progress. You know, the more and more I study things, the more and more I think that's so true. I highly recommend watching the movie Nefarious. Satan will want to attack you more and more to prevent you to get closer than God or closer to God. So you need to ask for God's protection every day, every hour sometimes. He also Oswald also says, write down the pros and cons of a decision, pray about it, pray to the Spirit for guidance, and then study the pros and the cons. Of course, that's a good idea. So that's it for my review of the book. But I also wanted to go over a few things. A lot of times in my pocket, kind of like an old man, keep a little notebook in my pocket. Got a lot of things in it. A lot of it are ideas and things that I've learned or quotes I've heard that I think are very beneficial to reflect and meditate on if you want to get spiritually stronger and increase your faith. For example, control your thoughts. Don't let your thoughts control you. I think for most of us, our thoughts tend to go all over the place. They can go to a lot of places you don't want them to go. And, it's the first step. Your thoughts are the first step before you even speak. So please, please try to take time to control your thoughts and not let your thoughts control you. A quote that I reflect on often from Mother Teresa is that not all of us can do great things, but all of us can do small things with great love. Every single day you're probably going to have encounters with people, with friends, family, strangers, and the way you treat them says a lot about what type of Christian you really are. Another quote that I reflect on often is, do all things for the greater glory of God. If you're going to do something, is it furthering God's kingdom or is it harming it? If it's harming it, then why are you doing it? Next, for years, and I'm ashamed to say this, but it's the truth. For years, I was a lukewarm Catholic. And, that's this terrible thing, really. Book of Revelation says God's going to spit us out of his mouth if we're lukewarm. I think it was St. Catherine of Siena that said, be all in. You can't be a half a saint. Either be a saint or not, but you can't just do it lukewarmly. Be on fire. Be on fire with the Spirit. Another quote from St. Mother Teresa was, she said, I'm just a stubby, broken pencil in the hand of God. And I don't think, I don't believe in that. I think she was a great pencil in the hand of God. But I think that's a kind of a cool thing to think about and a good thing to pray about. God, please let me be a pencil in your hand today. Let me write the plan, or let me write the story that you want me to write. Please let me, if you're a pencil in God's hand, then you are totally controlled by God. It's a cool way of thinking of it. Another quote that I love is from St. Francis of Assisi. St. Francis said, all the darkness in the world can't stop the light of a single candle. And there's a lot of darkness in today's world, a lot of evil. But the holy people of this earth, they're still out there. If we join together, and they're never gonna extinguish that light. As long as we stay close to God, the darkness can never overcome it. Remember that. It might be tough out there, but nothing can overcome God, ever. Praise Jesus. One last thing to think about, quote I love is, do things for people because of who you are, not because who they are. There's a lot of jerks out there. There's a lot of people that make you angry. But don't change your behavior because of them. Be who you are because of God, not because of the way they're acting. Don't sink to their level, you know? Something really important to think about. Don't let them take you down a road you don't want to go and get your anger and everything going. It ain't worth it. All right. So remember, I can't talk today. Everylifehasworth.com if you want to email me. Hope you all have a great day. God bless you.